Mario Kart 8 Deluxe just came out on the Switch, so I'm going to be telling you my thoughts and opinions on the game, and then at the end of this video, I'm going to be telling you reasons why it's worth it or not worth it to spend your hard-earned money on the game. Now, Mario Kart Deluxe 8 is exactly the same game on Nintendo Wii U, except for they added more content in the game and they added little things here and there that actually make it different than Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U. Now, for starters, we are getting the same amount of tracks that we were getting on the Wii U, so no new tracks at all. However, all the content that was in the original, whether it be DLC or free content, is in the game. So both DLC packs that were originally released for the Wii U version are going to be in this version. On top of that, we are getting the free DLC that was in the original 8, the Mercedes-Benz carts, also the map when you're racing, and also 200cc mode. Now, also, we are getting a brand new 200cc time trial. So if you want to play time trial in 200cc, you can go ahead and play time trial in 200cc. Also, we did get new carts and new racers. I'm not going to go into detail all the carts and racers we got new, but we did get new ones. Outside of that, that's pretty much it when it comes to the main racing of the game. We did get some new features for the racing. For instance, if you're a little kid and you want to try to play Mario Kart and you have a hard time playing it, they have auto acceleration, which automatically accelerates the car so you don't have to press the gas. They also have a steering mode that helps you not fall off the track. Your a car actually has a little antenna on the back. Your car looks like an RC car and it helps you not fall off the track. Now, all of those can actually be used online as well. So if you want to take a chance online and play with your friend, for instance, or your father that's good at the game and you suck at the game, you're a little kid or something, then you can still play online with those modes enabled. And luckily, of course, you don't have to play with any of those modes or any of those features enabled, the steering assist and things like that. You can totally disregard those. But it is nice that Nintendo is making this game more accessible to any age bracket. As long as you can hold the controller, you can press buttons, and you can comprehend button presses, then you can pretty much play Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Now, that's pretty much it when it comes to the main game, the main racing. The main thing they did add, which is totally new to this game, which was in Mario Kart 8, but in a different form, is going to be the battle mode. The battle mode has totally been redesigned from the ground up. They threw away the garbage mode that was in Mario Kart 8. We all know battle mode was in Mario Kart 8, but the one in Mario Kart 8 was pretty much bad. You're pretty much racing on racetracks in battle mode. Now we have arenas to play in battle mode, and now instead of one battle mode, the balloon battle, we have 5 different ways to play battle. We have coin runners, balloon battle, Bob-omb Blast, Shine Thief, and Renegade Roundup. Now, the one that is new, exclusive to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, is going to be Renegade Roundup. Now, Renegade Roundup is a totally new experience, only going to be found in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. The other 4 I mentioned are in previous Mario Karts. Now, what Renegade Roundup is, it's essentially cops and robbers in Mario Kart. One team starts out as cops, which are piranha plants with sirens on top, and another team starts as robbers, and they have little flags behind them, and the people with piranha plants have to try to eat up all of the people with flags on the back, and then once you eat them, they go to jail, and if you put everyone in jail, you automatically win the race, and the robbers can break their friends out of jail. So you can see it's just a very new, different way to play battle mode. Along that, we did get 8 different battle courses. We got some that are themed around Mario Kart 8 tracks. They're still arenas, but they're based off of Mario Kart 8 tracks. Like we got Sweet Canyon, we got Lunar something, which is based off of Mario Kart 8's racetrack, Rainbow Road. We also got one based off of Mario Kart Arena, or Mario, whatever the first track is in the game. That's the one we also got. And then we also got some returning ones. We got SNES Battle Course 1, which is from an older one. We also got GameCube Nintendo's Luigi's Mansion, and then we did get a brand new one on top of that from a totally different game. We got one from Splatoon. And let me say, for the most part, I actually really do love all the battle maps. I would have thought that 8 would not be enough for me, but I am really happy with 8. There's enough depth with 8, and they all look gorgeous. And especially the music on some of them, like that lunar track, the lunar racetrack, that's a whole spaceship or a whole outer space theme thing that you're on the moon. It looks flat out nice when you're listening to that music. Also, little things like some of them, the way that they work. Like, for instance, the one that's based off of Mario Kart Arena from the game actually has a lot of anti-gravity stuff, whereas another one, like the lunar one that's based off of Mario, the Rainbow Road in the game actually has more anti-gravity sections. So you can see that they both play totally different. And some of them, like returning ones, like the one from the GameCube and the one from the NES, they totally feel like generic, just normal, down-to-earth racing arenas. They don't have any gimmicks to them. So you can see that there is a lot of depth. Would it be nice if we had more battle arenas? Yes, it would have been nice if we had more battle arenas in the game, but I think right now, for me personally, I am very content with that many battle arenas in the game. Also, with 5 different ways to play battle mode, that is a lot of different ways to play battle mode. I am very happy about the whole how battle mode work and battle mode plays. Also, one thing I did notice after playing a lot with the battle mode, I did notice that when you lose all of your balloons in a certain mode, for instance, Bob-omb Blast, or if you're playing the regular balloon battle, when you lose all of your balloons, you lose half of your points. So losing all of your balloons is very devastating. So you really got to be paying attention to what you're actually doing in the game when you're actually going around in these arenas. You really got to be paying attention. You might be thinking to yourself, well, it doesn't matter too much because I'm not going to be eliminated from the game. Well, that is true. You won't be eliminated, but you're going to lose half of your balloons or half of your points when you lose all of your balloons. So you really got to play it differently. And the cool thing is, with 5 different battle type game modes and 8 different tracks, there's actually a lot of different variety, and you need a lot of different strategy. Like if you're playing balloon battle and then you play Bob-omb Blast, for instance, there's definitely different strategies and different techniques you have to do to play them. They don't play exactly the same. That's why I love them. 5 is definitely enough, and I'm definitely enjoying battle mode. Now, some things that they did add brand new to the lobbies, which are totally new, are going to be the fact that now, when you're actually in a match, this one will only apply to battle mode, but when you're actually in battle mode, the person who is in the lead during the game will have a crown on top of their head. So if you don't have a crown on top of your head while you're driving in battle mode, then you know you're not in first place. On the map, it will show the person with the crown on the map, and that also gives more strategy to the game, because then you know, oh yeah, this guy has a lot of balloon kills or a lot of Bob-omb kills. I might have to go over to this guy and take out all his balloons so he'll lose half of his points. So you can see they did a very good job with making sure everyone knows who the leader is of the game. The one game mode I love out of battle mode, I love Shine Thief. I just think Shine Thief is flat out chaotic and fantastic. Is that mode for everyone? No, it can get really chaotic at times, but it's just really fun. If you haven't played Shine Thief, what Shine Thief is basically keep away. A star coin is randomly placed in the arena, and everyone has to drive to the shine coin. And once you pick up the shine coin, you gotta try to keep it away from your opponents for 20 seconds. And the thing is, once you pick it up, you're basically a red tag, because everyone knows where you are when you're driving in the arena, and it can get very chaotic at times. Sometimes it is so chaotic you don't even want to play. I know times where I'm actually playing Shine Thief, and I'm sitting there playing Shine Thief, and my heart's pumping really fast. I'm like, oh my god, there's like 20 people behind me ready to blow me up. I gotta get out of here. It is so freaking chaotic and really, really fun. That might be my favorite way to play battle mode. I'm glad they brought Shine Thief back. I really like it. Now, it depends, of course. Some people may think it's way too chaotic. One thing I have noticed with at least Shine Thief, I have noticed that it is actually unfair. Why are you asking it's unfair? It's because when you start the match, the shine coin, of course, is placed randomly on the map, and you gotta try to go get it. So you would think everyone would have a fair chance of catching the coin, but the thing is, everyone does not have a fair chance of catching the coin. Why? Because some people are actually starting closer to the shine coin. So you just gotta know when you're playing that mode, it's not gonna be fair. But then again, when you're playing battle mode, no one's really trying to play battle mode as like a tournament scene type deal or an esport type deal. So it's not really a big deal, and you pretty much know that. One thing I do like in battle mode, which can be good or bad at certain times, is the way you can actually reverse. When you actually reverse, if you press the B button, you spin around like right away. If you played Mario Kart 8 Deluxe battle mode, then you'll know exactly what I am talking about. But you turn like instantly, and sometimes it's hard to like get out of that, or sometimes you accidentally turn. Sometimes it helps you, and sometimes it doesn't help you. Now, also with battle mode, we do have two different ways, or two different items. We got the ghost, which basically makes you invisible and steals another person's item, which is very cool, and that also returns in the actual racing. So we did get one new item. Is it a new item? No, it's not a new item in the Mario Kart franchise, but we did get a new item for the racing, which is the Boo. And then we also got Feather, which is going to be exclusive for battle mode. I'm not quite sure how that works, and I really don't understand that, and I honestly really don't like that too much, but it's there, so it gives us more items to use. Also, I did forget to mention as well, with either mode you play, we do have dual items, and let me talk about dual items. I flat out love dual items. It gives you more ways to come back. I remember throughout the time of Mario Kart 8, with 12 people, and with how chaotic Mario Kart 8 was, the original one, it was almost so hard to get to first place unless you were a pro. I've seen people actually do, most of the time, get first place, but I was one of those people that were never getting top tier in Mario Kart. I was always struggling, and in the back of the pack with how the item balance is and the way the game worked, I never really liked it. But now with dual items, it gives everyone on the map a fair chance. I would say about 50, 60, 40, 50% of the time, majority of the time, or more of the time now, I'm actually getting top tier places just because of the dual item. You also may be asking yourself, can you switch to dual items? Like if you have two in reserve, can you actually swap them to choose? No, you cannot. So whatever's the first item in your item slot, you have to use that first before you can access the last one. This is not really double dash. It's just basically how every other Mario Kart works, where when you're dragging an item behind you, you have another one in reserve. That's basically how double items work. Going back to the lobbies, I mentioned everyone gets a crown on their head. That is true. You also get a crown while you're playing the game, and you also get a crown when you're in the lobby. Now, getting the crown in the lobby works for both battle mode, and it works for both racing. It's just that when you're racing, you don't get a crown on your head when you're first, but that's obvious because when you're in first place, you can tell that you're in first place when you're racing. And then in the lobby, you do get a crown, and the thing about battle mode is also, when you're playing on a team mode, everyone who won on that team during the next lobby does get a crown on their head, every single person who won, so that's pretty cool as well. One thing that's new in also the lobbies is the fact that now you can actually change your cart without having to go out of the lobby, and I absolutely love that. That just makes me change carts all the time. I am very happy with this. Honestly, I wish they would have took this one step further. And what am I talking about? I wish they would have made presets for cars. Like, you know how Call of Duty, you can save gun presets so you don't have to keep choosing them? It's not really hard to choose a body, wheels, and a glider. That's not too hard. But if you find your perfect setup and you want to save them to make it faster, you can. Because right now, I'm already finding some of the new carts and new characters I absolutely love. So I would definitely use those presets. That's just something to think about in the future. Now, there is a lot of different ways you can play the game when it pertains to controllers. You can use the Joy-Con and the Joy-Con grip. You can use them on their side, and you can also use them with those Joy-Con straps if you want to snap on the Joy-Con straps. Also, you can play with the Pro Controller if you want to. Now, let me talk about my experiences with all the different controllers you can use on Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Also, if you're not aware of right now, you can go to the store and buy a Wii Wheel. Yes, the Wii Wheel is back from the Wii and Wii U. You can put your Joy-Con in a Wii Wheel. It is not included with the game, unfortunately. So if you want a Wii Wheel with the game, you will have to buy that separately. But I'm saying right now, as me putting in a lot of hours with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I absolutely do enjoy using my Pro controller. I will say it's worth it. Is it bad to play with the Joy-Cons and the Joy-Con grip? No, I think it feels perfectly fine. But if you take the Joy-Con and snap it off and play it on its side, like the actual individual Joy-Cons, I do think that's a little bit too small, especially the L and R buttons where you're drifting and you're using items. I think that's too small. If you are going to play that way, like if you're playing in tabletop mode with a buddy, I really do highly suggest, this is just my personal opinion, I highly do suggest that you go ahead and put on the Joy-Con strap that comes in the box, the black piece that's metal that makes the bumpers bigger. I absolutely would play with that way, definitely. I think that's way too small. Am I saying go out and buy a Pro controller? No, by any means. If you can get by playing it on its side or playing it in the Joy-Con grip, then go ahead. But I really do love playing it with the Joy-Con, the Pro controller. Now, let's talk about HD Rumble here. Now, I did make a video on my channel talking about HD Rumble and my first experience with that. If you want to see that video, I will leave a link down in the description. Go ahead and check it out. I talk more about HD Rumble. But, like I said before, I don't really feel like HD Rumble is too effective. However, I do have to mention something I did not mention in that video at all, and that is going to be the fact that HD Rumble works 100% differently than regular Rumble on a normal controller, whether it be an Xbox or a PlayStation controller. It works totally different. You can feel different vibration levels, different strengths, and different weaknesses. I absolutely love it with the HD Rumble on. Do I think HD Rumble is all crapped out, or is the hype really real, and is it what it was intention to be, like what they showed on stage, like with the two ice cubes shaking around, you can feel them? Unfortunately for me, no, I don't really feel like I can feel the pavement, and it really feels truly like different than regular Rumble. I can feel it feels different by like the vibration levels, but I don't feel like it affects the game, like I'm blown away, like oh my god, I can feel myself drifting, or I can feel the pavement of the road. I do not feel like that, unfortunately, but my time with that has been very good, and I love HD Rumble. Now, it will vary from person to person, and you will have to test out HD Rumble and see if you like it. Now, there are other little subtle things I did not forget to mention, or I did forget to mention, which I'm going to talk about right now. One thing is, if you played the Wii U version, you may not even be aware of this, but the Wii U version actually only plays at a base 720p, whereas this one plays at 1080p. Now, this will vary from person to person, and it will vary if you even touch the Mario Kart 8 original one on Wii U. But for me, coming from Mario Kart 8, the original, right off the bat when I booted up, I was not blown away, but I can definitely tell that there was a bump in resolution. It looks crispy. I don't mean like crispy like 4K crispy, or crispier than the original Mario Kart, because let me mind you, if you look at the original Mario Kart is flat out gorgeous. But now with this subtle little difference, I can definitely notice the difference, and I can appreciate how gorgeous Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is. I flat out love the game. Now, don't take my word for it. Just watching clips on YouTube or anywhere on the internet is totally different than actually playing the game in person. When you're playing it on a big screen TV, you'll just understand how gorgeous the game actually is running at a native 1080p. Also, they did fix a glitch, which I was not even aware of, that the original Mario Kart 8 had. But the glitch is in the original Mario Kart. The original Mario Kart had this glitch where when you're playing on TV, you're actually only playing at 59.9 frames per second. You're not playing at 60 frames per second. But on this one, they fixed it to where you're not skipping one frame anymore. It's a solid 60 FPS, whether you're in handheld mode or whether you're in docked mode playing on the TV. Now, let's talk about handheld mode. Handheld mode is flat out fantastic. I've said this in a lot of different videos of mine that the screen on the Switch is gorgeous. Is it 1080p? Is it 4K, 1440p, 2K? No, it's 720p. I'm not going to sit here and lie to all you guys and say, hey, guess what? We're playing a 4K game, or we're playing this console 1080p game. But what I can say is, you have to take my word for this, and a lot of Switch owners can actually testify to this, is the Switch is gorgeous in handheld mode. When you're playing the same game on the TV, you're playing the same game on the Switch's tablet. You're not playing a watered-down version. You're not playing a tablet port. You're not playing a 3DS game. You're playing the exact same game, which is pretty much mind-blowing. Is this the first time we've seen this? No, this is not the first time we've seen this before. Nvidia has tried it. Also, there's been like the PS Vita has tried streaming games to it from the PS4. So you can see there's been multiple ways. But this is truly an amazing feature to take the same console experience on the go. So you really have to try it. Don't watch videos on YouTube. Really go out. If you know somebody, go ahead and look at the Switch, play it in handheld mode, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It is flat out gorgeous. Now, also, I made another video talking about battery when it comes to the Mario Kart. I'm not going to make you watch that or leave a link down in the description. No point of that. But what I will say is you do get the same as pretty much Breath of the Wild. Nothing amazing. They were pretty much right when they said Switch big AAA games from Nintendo or any publisher only get about 3 hours of battery. And honestly, I've said this also many times in some other videos. I think 3 hours is perfectly fine for playing a Switch. I think it would be nice to have more battery, but 3 hours is definitely enough to where I say, I got enough feel for this game. I'm ready to put it down, and I feel okay. Yes, you can get a battery pack. You can get other means for powering the system, but I definitely think that is enough time to actually play the system. Also, there are other little subtle differences you may not be aware of as well. What I mean by that is some effects on like the waters, like on some tracks that have like ribbons falling down, you will see they stick to the ground now. So as you can see, there's little subtle things, but if you never played the original Mario Kart 8, or even if you did play Mario Kart 8, the original, you may not even be aware of this. So there is nice things they did change. Also, there is more ways to play this game than ever. You can play it on the TV, you can play it in handheld mode, and then you can also play it with Switches locally. Like, you can have everyone have their own Switch in a room, and you can play it like that. You can play it wirelessly, and you can also play it in LAN mode, connecting different Switches in docks to each other. That is just very, very awesome. One thing I wish that they would have put in the game, which would have made it more accessible than before, I wish they really would have put download play from the Mario Kart DS and Mario Kart 7, where one guy has a copy of Mario Kart 8 Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and then everyone else can just connect to them. But unfortunately, if you're playing connecting multiple Switches in handheld mode, you do indeed need every single person needs a copy of the game. But to be fair, they are treating this as a console game, and this is a port of a console game, so I can see why they're not putting download play as a feature, because this is like the console game on the go. Those were portable versions of the game, so I can see they made a more emphasis on download play and only having one copy of the game. Now, for the game, that is pretty much all I have to say about the game. I pretty much talked a lot about the game in this video. Let me just make a real sum up of what I said. The only thing new are new carts, new characters, and a battle mode. Everything else is pretty much the same. We have new steering assist and things like that for kids and everything like that. Now, what you're really going to want to know is this worth buying on the Switch? Now, it will vary from person to person. It'll vary from how much you love Mario Kart, how much you played Mario Kart 8, do you own Mario Kart 8, have you never touched it, and things like that. But for me, personally, I think $60 is definitely worth another dip if you've owned it. If you haven't owned it, then yes, it's more worth it for $60. Definitely. The little things they put in it, like battle mode, the new way you can switch carts on the fly in the lobby, when you have a crown in the lobby, more characters, more cards, handheld mode, playing on TV, the quality of the game being 1080p to 720p, I think it's definitely worth it. Honestly, I wish they would have made it a discount for previous owners of Mario Kart 8 on Wii U, but I can see they're treating it as a new platform. And to be fair, I personally think it's worth $60, and I'm 100% okay that they didn't have some kind of upgrade program for people who already bought it on the Wii U originally. I can bet your bottom dollar that a lot of Wii U owners who already own it are rebuying it on Switch if they own a Switch right now. There's no reason not to. First of all, this is one of the only multiplayer game, big AAA multiplayer games we have now on the Switch. More coming in the future, of course, but right now, if you want to play a big AAA Nintendo multiplayer game, this is going to be pretty much it. The biggest, meatiest game at the moment, Mario Kart 8. And the fact that most people are getting done with Breath of the Wild and other games, and there's not really any big games coming out to the Switch. This is pretty much it. So most people are going to be buying it. One thing I actually like about the game is the fact that, dang it, it really slipped my mind here. But I guess I'll go ahead and talk about some stuff I don't like about the game, since I'm sounding like this game is all sunshine and roses. This game is not all sunshine and roses. One thing I do have a problem with this game is the fact that connection issues are an issue. If you ever played Mario Kart on the Wii U, then you will know that connection issues were a problem, and connection issues are still a problem with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, unfortunately. This does have me worried in the future about their whole online pay subscription, because if it's going to be like this, then I'm not really too fond of it. I'm not going to talk too much about it because I did make another video about that as well. You can click the link down in the description. There'll be multiple links in the description for videos that are related to this video, so go ahead and check that out. And one thing that's really puzzling me about this whole thing is that they released their first big AAA multiplayer game, and we know nothing about the online subscription fee. It can totally be a crapshoot, or it can totally be like $80. We have no way of knowing. So buying Mario Kart 8 right now guarantees you that you may not be playing it in the fall if they have connection issues, or if the online's too high. We're paying too much for it, $80 a year. I guarantee you Nintendo's not going to go $80 a year for the service. That'll be flat out bonkers. I've heard anywhere from $17 to $26 for the highest premium account you can get online. We'll have to see about that, but that does make me wonder, and I don't know why they did not fix the servers from Mario Kart 8, because Mario Kart 8's been out 4 years, and you can't tell me in the span of 4 years Nintendo has not figured out a way to fix their servers. I don't know if these are the same servers as Mario Kart 8, or these are new servers. I'm assuming these are new servers they're using, or they're different servers. They're not connected to the Mario Kart 8 ones on the Wii U, but I still don't understand why we're getting so many connection errors with the game. Like I said before, overall it will vary, but I think the game is definitely worth a buy at $60. You cannot go wrong with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Honestly, if there's more games coming out in the future that are rolling out, I still think that Mario Kart 8 is always going to be a staple game you need to pick up on the Switch. No matter if the Switch is 1 year old, or no matter if the Switch is 10 years old, it's going to be one of those staples games that you're really going to want to buy on the Switch. Anyway, guys, peace out. I'll see you guys later in my next video. I'm out, guys.